Great Scott! Hey guys, I'm Colwen. Another action figure video. Today I've got the Neca Back to the Future Ultimate Doc Brown. He's got some cool artwork on the front here. No real picture of the character, but we've got some flux capacitor and his mind-reading helmet and different newspaper articles and his wrench and his stopwatch and picture of the DeLorean on the side. Same artwork over here. Legalese on the bottom. And on the back here, we got some cool pictures of the figure himself. Ultimate Doc Brown, Marty McFly, and Doc Brown experience an adventure of a lifetime in an unlikely time machine as they travel to the past, present, and future, setting off a time-shattering chain reaction that disrupts the space-time continuum. The time-space continuum. Includes do not open envelope, flux capacitor drawing, wrench, goggles, blueprint, interchangeable head and hands. And we can open it up to see another nice picture of the Doc Brown. And here is Doc Brown himself, and his paperwork and stuff is in the background there. So yeah, one thing you got to remember about NECA figures is that sometimes their joints are a little bit tight, so you want to put them under a hairdryer to kind of warm them up and loosen them up. So I will, when I carefully open them up, I will do just that. And let's bring in the Marty McFly box. You know, they have similar setups going on around them, but the main difference is that the front cover itself. And ooh, there are cross cells that I will probably never get. The Marty McFly has a few of them, but the Doc Brown one has Marty McFly 1985, Marty McFly Tales from Space. I wouldn't mind getting that one. Marty McFly from the Future, Doc Brown 1955. That might be a different one than the Ultimate one, I'm not sure. And Biff Tannen. I will not bother with Biff Tannen, so let me get this guy out of the box. Hey guys, so we've got Doc Brown here out of the packaging, and first let's go ahead and talk about this backdrop that he came with. It is a very nice representation of the house that he had with his laboratory and all that, and like 1980s. This is what Doc Brown could afford. That's a nice house. I want his house. Let's put that off to the side and talk about Doc Brown here. This is a very good representation of Christopher Lloyd. It's got the whole bug-eyed thing with the hair flowing back, and he's got his bandage on his forehead from when he hit his head on the tub. I like the long coat, very nicely detailed with the nice seams and all that stuff in there. Minimal paint, just like the Marty McFly. It's just all about what's molded in. His shoulders are a little stiff, but they're okay. You can see he's got the pattern on the front. I don't know if it was meant to have the pattern on the back also, but it just ends off there. This actually probably is all paint, actually. He does have a waist joint up in there, because his shirt isn't tucked in, unlike Marty McFly. Let me, and the corduroy pants and the shoes and just like the whole detail is really well done. Let me, can you work with me again, Mr. Brown, Dr. Brown? Let's bring over Film Noir. And now Film Noir wants to fight me. Okay. We've got Scourge, I've got Hubcap here, and we've got Soda Can. He is a sizable figure for what is supposed to be a normal height human. I think he might be taller than some Marvel figures. I mean, he is noticeably taller than Film Noir Spider-Man here even. Let me bring in the Siege of Cybertron car guys. And of course, we got to bring back in Mr. Marty McFly here, looking all cool in his shades and not wanting to stand up because he's just so heavy, man. Dude. There we go. They look really good together. So, Doc Brown here, he does have a bowl-jointed head with the neck down there, and there we go, get the head off. He does come with an extra head with this weird thing underneath. And yeah, you've got the whole, oh my God, great Scott. And this part on the other head is glued in place, but on this head is actually kept loose but hard to get at. And in order to get it out, you actually are going to need a pair of pliers. But there's a reason for this monstrosity here. Okay, I'm going to take that and I'm going to stick this. Oh my goodness, give me a second. Okay, so I've got the head on, and I can put it in a little bit deeper, but I want to demonstrate just the fright factor of this. Looks like something out of Silent Hill here. There is a reason why they did this though. He comes with a pair of goggles here, and in order to get the goggles on, you need to slip the goggles up and into his removed head. Then you can kind of stick the goggles on like that. And this is just, oh boy, they even have a little bit of a scar on his head though. That is some really good attention to detail. In order to get this on, I actually had to push it down on there like that. So if you give me a moment, please. Alright, I ended up damaging my part here underneath his head. I warped the plastic, so be careful of that on your own. Yes, I have a hot air gun, a hair dryer around. I just didn't feel like breaking it out. Let me bring over Scourge and Hubcap so you can see how those guys look next to him. And I will go ahead and talk articulation some more. He's got stiff universal jointed shoulders with that bowl and hinge in there. He's got some very nice double jointed elbows, and I like how the cloth forms around the elbow. It's got that whole stretchy thing going on, and he can swivel above the elbow and below the elbow. He comes with two sets of hands. He comes with gloved hands, and he comes with ungloved hands, both wearing a wristwatch, because of course, you know, the time-traveling doctor would have multiple wristwatches, and other accessories include his monkey wrench here, which is very nicely painted. It's got some silver and red and, you know, scuffed points going on there. I talked about the waist joint. He's got ball jointed hips with a thigh swivel. He's got very nice 90-degree knees. He's got an above the ankle swivel, and he's got a hinge and swivel in the foot itself. And the last accessory he comes with blueprints for his house. He comes with the do not open envelope and a flux capacitor drawing. Now this unfortunately is taped into the back of the box, and that's what caused damage to his diorama. Overall, it's a really good figure. Now I know not everybody is into Back to the Future, not everybody knows about it, but if you do know about it, I can highly recommend the Ultimate Doc Brown figure. And the really cool thing about him is I got this guy at least 2-3 years ago at Target or Walmart, I can't remember which right now, for about 30 bucks. I was happy with that price because it's a well-made NECA figure. It's got some good accessories. It's got all this stuff here. And its value really hasn't gone up a whole lot. This guy is on eBay in the box for between $25 and $40. I didn't check the shipping rates. Those might, you know, affect it a little bit. But if you could pick this guy up, he's a 3-year-old figure now, and get him between 30 and 40 bucks, he's a great deal. Absolutely, go get yourself a Mad Scientist Doc Brown action figure. I am Colwen. I have been talking about, now, he does have a hard time standing occasionally, so be aware of that, and, you know, be advised about the head popping off and on. I would recommend using a hot air gun to kind of loosen up and soften the plastic a little bit. It's a great figure. Go pick one up. Thank you guys for watching.